Section 13, Unit 1. It is this story that attracts my brother's interest. It's not my father, but my mother that wants me to study law. It's not my father, but my mother who wants me to study law. Part 1. I found the lost dog near the park. It was I that found the lost dog near the park. It was the lost dog that I found near the park. It was near the park that I found the lost dog. It is my notebook that I need to find, not my textbook. It was later that year that I decided to quit my job. It is on this spot that Jeremy proposed to Daphne. It's only in this store that you'll find the shoes you want. It was some students that found the injured man. It was some students who found the injured man. Further learning, Part 1. He didn't begin to study music until he was 18 years old. It wasn't until he was 18 years old that he began to study music. I didn't become interested in politics until college. It wasn't until college that I became interested in politics.
Section 13, Unit 2. That car is so expensive that no one can afford it. The plane flew so high that it was above the clouds. Don had such a great idea that our boss decided to use it right away. Part 1. Brad was so angry that his face turned bright red. Molly ran so fast that none of the other children could catch her. Winnie is such a shy person that she won't speak to people she doesn't know. Tokyo had such cold weather that week that we hardly felt like going out. Part 2. This is such a funny TV show that everyone I know likes it. This is so funny a TV show that everyone I know likes it. Talking with Sam was so much fun that I lost track of time and arrived to work late. There were so many twists and turns in the movie that it was difficult to follow the plot. Further learning, Part 1. The museum will be so crowded today that it is not worth going to. The museum will be so crowded today as to not be worth going to. Further learning, Part 2. I love the restaurant I went to last night, so much so that I made a reservation for the next weekend.
Section 13, Unit 3. I ran too slowly to catch the bus. Michael didn't speak loudly enough for Deborah to hear him. Part 1. I'm sorry, but you are too young to work here. He is speaking too quickly to be understood. The decision was too hard for one person alone to make. Part 2. The little boy was smart enough to solve the puzzle in only a few minutes. Caroline shouted loudly enough to get the attention of the taxi driver. The ladder was tall enough for the firemen to climb to the 6th floor. Melody bought enough shampoo to last for a year.
Section 13, Unit 4. Teachers cannot stress too much the importance of studying on a regular basis. The impact of the Internet on modern life cannot be overemphasized. Part 1. The doctor cannot stress the importance of regular exercise enough. The disease can never be handled seriously enough until the public is educated about it. I cannot agree more. I cannot thank you enough. Part 2. As far as safety is concerned, you can never be too careful. As an athlete, you can't ever be good enough. The artist can hardly be too gentle when he works with the thin glass. The artist can hardly be gentle enough when he works with the thin glass. Part 3. One cannot emphasize the danger of drinking and driving too much. One cannot emphasize the danger of drinking and driving enough. One cannot overemphasize the danger of drinking and driving. When it comes to making friends, you can't be too careful. When it comes to making friends, you can't be careful enough. When it comes to making friends, you can't be over-careful.
Section 13, Unit 5. How beautifully the birds sing. What a wonderful time we had at the beach yesterday. Part 1. How strange that story sounds. How slowly that man is driving. I watched a meteor shower last night. What a sight! What expensive houses those are. I don't think I can afford one. What weather we've been having these days. Part 2. I didn't realize what a talented person Sue was until I heard her sing. He finally understood how important a small thing like friendship could be. What a beautiful morning! I think I'll go for a walk. How beautiful a morning it is! I think I'll go for a walk. Part 3. Dennis is so bad a driver. There is no reason for you to quit such a great job.